Good afternoon, my dudes. We are early with the buyers guide this week because the specials were literally so good. I just sort of had to rush them out to you. I went through the winter specials to see what was added, and boy, there were some really, really good additions. These have to be some of the best specials I've ever seen on the Evetech store. So, without further ado, without further gilding of the lily, let's jump straight into the top 10. At number 10, we have the Hikvision Wave SSD. It's a very entry-level 2.5-inch SSD, except it costs $700 for 1 TB thereof. So now it's cheaper to go SSD than it is to get a spinning disk. Who would have thunk it? But here it is. These are literally cheaper per terabyte now than a spinning disk, which is just absolutely fantastic. Comes with a 5-year warranty. It's going to be sort of no frills, no fuss. A little bit weak on the read cycles there, but I found with the Hikvisions, their small file handling is pretty good. So if you wanted to use this as like a media drive or for gaming, etc., it should be pretty decent. Just ahead of that, I had to put in the G4000 because this 2 TB is now pretty much the best bang for buck 2 TB NVMe. So if you want like just something really big with a lot of speed, then this is the one I would probably steer you towards. 5-year local warranty for 2K on 2 TBs worth of space. And it's Gen 4, so it goes real fast, as you'll notice by the write and read cycle speeds. Then number 8, we have the LS520 SE. This is like their mid-range cooler from Deepcool. It's still got a really good pump that hits just on 3000 RPM. Their better ones hit about 3300 RPM, which obviously increases the cooling performance. But at a price per like wattage of cooling, this is probably the best price cooler. I would say, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say across South Africa. I don't think there is a water cooler or a 248 Air or anything that's going to be comparable at this price. It also comes with a 5-year warranty. At number 7, I've put the LG, the 24-inch 144 IPS LED backlit. Because it's IPS, that means it's going to have genuine 1 millisecond response time, which is great. You don't have to use MPRT, so it doesn't have to flash the back panel. These are very simple. They don't have like a lot of frill and fuss. You can vase mount them, though. There's 100x100 vase mount on the back. Just 2 inputs. Very straightforward. You can probably use this with your console quite nicely as well if you do have multi-input. But if you just want to get access to 144 Hz, this is probably the best way to do it. Running on the top of at number 6, it's the Samsung 43-inch QLED. I tested the 50-inch version of this. Basically the same spec, 4K, 144 Hz. It's got a DCI-P3 rating, I think of over 100%, if I'm not mistaken on these, but they are the QLED. So it's some of the best technology around for panels, and now on sale it's 10K. That's for 4K 144 Hz monitor effectively. It even detects on the input if it's on a PC or console, and then adapts and adjusts depending on the input. So these are very, very good. There is a full review on the 50-inch, which I'll pop out for you over here. Starting off the top half at number 5 with the LS520. This is one of the best 360s you can get. Don't believe me? Go have a look at Games Nexus at their tiering list, and you'll see the Deepcools are pretty much right in the top and competing with like even NZXT and EK. So Deepcools, honestly, their price versus performance is almost unbeatable. This comes with a 3-year warranty. It's 1,400 Rand. So yeah, and the pump head on this one is particularly nice. I do like the LS finish. Coming in at number 4, we've got the LG 1440p 165 Hz. Very good bang for buck once again. This is a VA panel, so you will experience a touch of smearing, just to be clear, especially around the edges and in dark, like very high contrasted areas. But I found that when it gets bigger, the VA smear becomes significantly reduced. It's going to have a 5 millisecond gray to gray time, but like I said, with the extra resolution and the refresh rate, it really shouldn't give you that feel. There should also be FreeSync, as far as I understand on this. There probably is FreeSync. Yeah. They've got FreeSync Premium built into this monitor as well. So it's going to work with your AMD and with your NVIDIA graphics cards. Nice. At number 3, I've put the HP Victus laptop once again. This is still like the best bang for buck gaming laptop you can get, and general purpose office work sort of laptop. It's coming with an i5 12500H, which is 12 cores and 16 thread little monster, 16 gig RAM and a 512 gig SSD with 3-year warranty for 16.5. These are kind of unbeatable runner. In the runner-up spot, we have the new RX 7600. this Merc 308 card especially has much more cooling than this core needs. Let me tell you, I've got the original 6600, the very entry level one, and it basically only hits 64 degrees. So with this amount of cooling on, when that thing is even more efficient than the previous generation, you're never going to hear the fan curve, which is nice. These are no frill, no fuss kind of cards. There's no LED or anything, to make it look flashy and say, look at me, I'm a graphics card, except for the Radeon and the XFX on the side. It has got some pass-through cooling as well, so just be aware of that. It is going to push some heat out of the back over here of the card, but not much. Like I said, this should be the absolute pin drop in your machine worth of quiet. 3-year warranty, the best price versus performance right now. Check the tech power up graphs. This thing kicks a lot of butt. And finally, this week's number one spot had to go to the Ideapad Gaming 3. While the chassis isn't the best ever that I've seen from Lenovo, the Legion 5i Pro is quite drool-worthy, honestly. It's got the new 650H. So 10 cores, 16 threads of big boy cores as well, mostly P cores, which is great. 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig SSD, and then a 3060, 6 gig as well. So on a price versus performance, I don't see a better gaming laptop than this. If you just want raw performance and maybe a simpler shell, something that doesn't look too flashy on the desk, then this is going to be a good one for that. It's basically like the old Legion 5 chassis, but just cooled a little bit cheaper to make it look a little bit more like businessy sort of vibe. And I do like that crossover. So if you want power but don't want to look juvenile, then this is a good way to do that. And that is all I have for you in your top 10 deals for this week. If you guys have enjoyed this, please hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.